Peace, everybody. This is Jacqueline Marrow, the founder of Jazzy Soirees. How are you guys doing? What's up? I tried to go live earlier and it wasn't able to post, so I'm not sure how I did. So I'm going to try to post it here. So today I'm going to be talking about blogging and what it can do for your products and services. Hey, Amy, what's up? Hey, Amy. Most of the time I watch people wait until they get in the room, but I'm going to go ahead and go. And if you have a comment, you could put it in the comment section down there. So if you have a business, I want to know what your business is. Put it in the comment section or what you're thinking about having your business for. Like, let me know. I want to go to your website and look it up. Maybe I might buy something if I'm feeling fancy. Go ahead and put that in the comments box. But basically, like I said earlier, or like it's written in the description, I just want to talk to you about blogging and how it can help for your products and services. So, what up, cuz? What up, man? I see you. What you doing on Facebook Live? So yeah. So I looked up the Wikipedia version of what blogging is. And basically, it is a regularly updated website or web page, usually ran by a small individual or a small business, that is written in an informal or conversational style. Then I looked up what a website is. A website, according to Wikipedia, which y'all can debate if Wikipedia is a good source or not. I'm not in college anymore, so I'm not going to debate it. I'm past that. So basically, a website is an internet, I think they call it like an internet spot, a connection on the internet, or something like that. I don't got my definition in front of me. I'm sorry. Basically, it just said a spot on the internet is what the web page website is. And so that's what Wikipedia says. That's fine, Wikipedia, but I'm gonna give you my definition because I define things by how I use them. And so what I define a blog is for me, it is a recently updated platform, usually written or spoken in an informal or conversational style. So I don't like the way they use web page in the Wikipedia definition, and I just feel like it's limited. I don't really like how they use website. I look at a website as a platform and not just a spot on the internet. And again, that's just my definition on how I use these things, how I use a blog or how I use a web page. And so I think what's interesting about the definition, for me, the thing that stands out is the fact that, one, it is consistently updated, and two, it's written in an informal and conversational style. I believe that is so important that a blog should be written in the people's English. And let me explain what the people's English is. Basically, it's the way your community speaks to one another, or the way your community understands a certain topic. For example, if you are a college graduate and you're speaking to a bunch of kids who just entered kindergarten, and you're trying to explain stuff to them on a college graduate level, they're going to look at you like you have three heads, and they're not going to listen to you because they don't know why you're there. And so I think that's why it's important to, one, speak the people's English, but two, also speak the language of your community or who you're trying to reach. That way they can identify you a little bit. And so there are three main types of blogs that I want to talk about. And those are the traditional blog, the written blog. You got your podcasts and you got your video blogs. And so the video blogs would be, let's start with the written blogs, because I gave it in that order. The written blog would be your traditional blog. Hey, Toretta, what's up? would be like an article you might Google something. Like, I Googled earlier natural hairstyles or something like that in Google or Facebook, and something might pop up like 10 conservative protective hairstyles for your office job or something like that. It's not like a professional, presence. It's something, that's informal but still helpful the way I can understand it and that I can actually use. So hope that clears anything up. So that's an example of me using the written blog. Now, the podcast is more of like your SoundClouds, those little radio talk shows you kind of be seeing on Instagram. Well, I guess it's still video, but they're on the mic. You can mix platforms. It's okay. There's no wrong or right way. Hey, Toretta, I love you. There's no wrong or right way to do it, but it's basically, I believe, for your more introverted people who maybe shy away of doing the lives where you can actually see your face, because it can be intimidating just going in front of a whole bunch of people and your camera's there and you're just talking to a camera like I'm doing right now. That can be a little much. So there's always the podcast where you have your slide or a nice logo and you do your little talk show, and it is what it is. Oh, speaking of talk shows, if I were to take blog out of those types, I feel like they are a direct correlation to just regular television, like TV talk shows like Ricky Lake or The Real, or I was talking about 90s, that's why Ricky Lake popped up. The Real, or I was talking about Jerry Springer the other day, Oprah. Those would be the talk shows. Those are still blogs. They're still consistently updated, spoken in a, informal conversational style. It's just that it's on television. Same thing with the radio show. It's still consistently updated. It's still spoken in an informal conversational style, but it's at a radio station, all of which costs a lot of money to enter, which I think is the main difference. Hey, Gio. Hey, man. What's up? I haven't seen you in a minute. How's everything? They're still spoken in that way, but if you take blog out of it, they're the same. The only difference is the fact that you have to have a whole bunch of money to start these things versus, hey, what's up? Versus a blog where it's like literally like there's no gatekeeper. You don't need money to start a blog. You really don't. Like, all you need is, Facebook. Facebook could be your blog. You could be podcasting and making money. What? And I think that's what I like about it. And because I watch a lot of television, or I used to watch a lot of television, that's why I love Issa Rae. Because Issa Rae, I remember watching Issa Rae like back in 2013 when it was Awkward Black Girl, and she would do these YouTube videos, and I would share them with all my friends, and I was so excited. And I don't know how much her production cost was, but when she flip mode into HBO, oh, we were excited. And I feel like that's how you do it. And if you do it that way, it will be a lot more successful than to just starting a brand new show that nobody knows about with people nobody's ever heard of, put it on the TV and wonder why it has one season. Nobody knows about it, and maybe nobody cares. No shade to nobody. I'm sorry, that was bad. No shade. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like blogs are a way to really build your organic community and just really connect with people because it's on that conversational level. So that's my take on it. If you feel inspired, like if I wanted to be, or if my end goal was to host a talk show, I would start a video blog. If my end goal was to have a magazine. Help people that way, Hey, introverts. Maybe you're not introverted. I just feel like that's like the introverted route. Because you're creative thinkers or whatever. Sorry, don't get mad. But that's the route I would go on. Like, I would write a written blog. I would get all my little photos out there. All you people like dominating Instagram with your beautiful photos with awesome written content. Maybe magazines the way to go. Who knows? It's 2018. Open doors are everywhere. So those are basically the different type of blogs that I've noticed that's really been around. There's a few. Okay, I have a question for you guys. If you want to put them in the comment box, you can. If you have a business, or if you are your own business and you were interviewed by anybody, what show would it be on? Like, where can you see your business being in front of, if that makes sense? Like, would you be on Oprah? Would you be on The Real? Would you be on the Steve Harvey Morning Show? Or he's hosting Apollo. I don't know. Just put in the comment box. I really, really, really would like to know. I don't know. It could be on Insecure, whatever. Like, you can do some what they call them, cameos. You can do some cameos. But I think that's really cool. Like, walking through Barnes and Nobles and seeing your business there must be like the oh my gosh, I made it, like, anthem. Like, I made it. But anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so my next topic would be, while you're thinking about that, is how do bloggers get paid? Because I feel like most people think, especially for like the video blogs, where people just, put up this video, do all this dope editing, upload it to YouTube, it becomes a viral sensation overnight, and people just send you checks. I feel like that's what people think. And I'm not saying that it does not happen, because it could. However, I don't feel like that happens for most people. I don't think people realize that blogging is actually very strategic, and there are different streams of income that can be used to gather funds from your blog. For example, the first one that I found are advertisements. I have a love-hate relationship with advertisements. And I think it was because I just had bad experiences. Like, have you ever been to a website that was really popular and all of a sudden it just started getting spammed by like inappropriate ads? I don't know. This was like maybe early 2000s. And then it was like, it's such a good site, but it's just being spammed. And it's because they're, advertisement space. They pay. So I know that might be a bad example, but I guess that's kind of why I don't like ads on blogs. I just feel like it takes away from the content. So, but it is one way, and I'm not going to knock you if you use it. I feel like if it's used tastefully, it's fine. It's just not my preference. And so the second way are definitely affiliate links, where you give other companies shout out to sell their products, and by the customer buying the product, you get a percentage of what was sold. I think that's really cool. Like, I can go in up here and say, buy paparazzi jewelry, and I get $1 off every necklace that I sell. Y'all don't mind me. And then another, I'm trying to think of my notes, y'all. Another one that I saw, selling digital products like templates or your MP3s, because everybody has an album out now. Send them to me. I would love to listen. And I've seen stock images, photographs, just a whole bunch of interesting stuff. Ebooks. for the digital and the physical products, necklaces, and t-shirts, and what else? Physical published books that you actually touch, not the ebooks. Pretty sure you can sell some real estate, whatever. You can sell whatever you want. And then your services, what you do for people. I've seen a lot of graphic designers using blogging. I see a lot of photographers using it and then selling their photos in a bundle. I think that's pretty cool. Or I see a lot of event planners. I see a lot of coaches, like wellness coaches and speakers, personal trainers, just really doing it up on the gram. And do they say flex on the gram? Is that still popular? I'm not sure. I'm not up to date, because that's where my mind went. Flex on the gram. I don't know if that's bad or not. I'm saved. I don't know, but there's a whole bunch of stuff, and so I got off topic. But anyway, there's different ways for people to get paid, and I just feel if you choose the right platform and then try to sell your things, it won't feel like you're trying to shove, your product down someone's throat. I feel like there's blogs just give you this non-pushy way of selling your products, to where once you do decide you sell the products, you done gave hey Alicia, you've already given the audience like all this information. By the time you sell the product, you're like, oh yeah, I really do think that might work, or yeah, I might buy that to support them. I mean, I'm no pressure, but you shouldn't feel icky trying to sell your product. But you also don't want the people to, every time they see you, they be like, they trying to sell me something. Like, that is not what I would want my customers to feel like when my name, comes across their screen. So I think that's what blogging does. Hey girl, I think that's what blogging does, at least for me, or what I've seen from other people. And so if you have a favorite blog, or if you have a favorite celebrity, let me know who it is. Because there's really many different types of bloggers, and my next talking point is the type of bloggers. But I feel like it will be a lot easier for me to see who you guys are looking at, and then I can tell you, what type of blogger they are. But no pressure, But I see a lot of beauty bloggers. A lot of people, especially on YouTube, they do the tutorials on how to put on your makeup. And there's the whole field guide to being a lady. And this whole, Proverbs 31 virtuous woman movement going on right now, where we all want to be virtuous women. And we all want to look a certain way and all that jazz. And then I also see a lot of lifestyle bloggers, all my dancers, all my hip hop dancers out there with, all their Instagram photos of their outfits, and which reminds me of actually a stream of income that people usually miss from blogging, which is sponsorship. Yeah, you want the sponsorship. I feel like that should be everyone's main goal. You want a sponsorship. And so, shout outs to Roberto. I went to his masterclass, and he just taught me a whole bunch of stuff about sponsorship that I would like to apply to my event coming up in the summertime. Shout out to you, Roberto. And if I said your name wrong, just correct me. Don't ignore me. Basically, lifestyle, hipster, beauty. I've seen a lot of lawyers have blogs. It's really, really cool. They have blogs about just letting entrepreneurs know what they need to look out for in their businesses, which I found very, very useful, especially because everyone's being a solo entrepreneur, or in the online business space, but not really noticing what type of contracts they should have, or what type of policies that should be on their website. And so I'm really, really thankful for all those. Who's my favorite right now? I think her name is Jackie. I'm sorry, I forgot her name, but there's two of them that I remember that just give me a lot of information. I'm sorry, I forgot. And then there's also one I like, Corporate, who's on Instagram. I think she has a website too, which is the whole blog about wardrobes for the office, and not pretty much just not having you look like an old lady in the office, but still being taken seriously. Like, I love that blog. I think that is so cool. Even in the most conservative office spaces, like I just find value in that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got. If you have any questions, put them in the comment box. I am going to be meeting up Saturday if you want to talk about blogging. I'm thinking about having that Ruth Chris. No, not sure. Or Olive Garden, depending on what type of food I want and depending on how many people show up. Because I feel like I can get a lot of people at Olive Garden, but if it's like just a select few, I might go to Ruth Chris. Someone told me it was good. So, yeah. That's it, guys. Again, my name is Jacqueline. I'm the founder of Jazzy Soirees. I help Christian artists and entrepreneurs with their events. And for the purposes of this video, I just wanted to show you how to use blogs to sell your products and services. But first, just explain to you what a blog is and what it can be used for, and just basically how you get paid, because those were kind of the main questions that I got or gathered over the past couple of weeks. So if you have any more questions about blogs, let me know. I love to chat about it with you. And if you don't want to write it in the comments and just want to, send me a message, you can do that too. And hopefully I'll chat with you guys soon. All right, peace.